Good morning. It's Monday morning and people have gone home. I've stripped the beds, the washing's sorted out. Right, let's go over some points over the weekend. We really did have a fabulous weekend. We have laughs, we have jokes, shits and giggles as they call it. And obviously everybody knows Smiler. I generally met Smiler through Cheryl. And what a lovely, lovely man. So, this is where I want to get. So, over the weekend, you saw us going out, having a good time, causing no one any bad feeling or negativity. But unfortunately, on this app, everybody thinks everybody's shagging each other. There was not one kiss. There was not one jumping into bed. Smiler slept on that sofa with a quilt, not that I have to explain. Smiler's a very, very nice gentleman, and that's exactly what he is. He's not rude, he's not nasty, and he's really a genuine man. I mean, even to the point where he took Cheryl's bags to the car last night. Cheryl carries the fucking world in 20 suitcases when she comes away. So she had a massive blue bag, and Smiler was sitting on the sofa there, and could hear like this Cheryl, she's only tiny, like carrying the bags, blah, 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 blah. And he jumped up, he went, give me that, took the bag off of her, and a big bag, big IKEA, big blue bag full of fucking Cheryl's life. And he generally took us to the car. He took us to the cafe, bought breakfast, he came to the shop, asked us if we wanted chocolate. You know, genuine, nice people. Did we all have cuddles? Yes, we did. Did we all show each other love? Yes, we did. But you don't have to jump in bed with a male, because you are a man and a woman friend. It just doesn't happen. So we had an amazing time. And when I come on here saying we had an amazing time, most of it you see dancing. No one's causing anybody any conflict or hatred. No one's slagging each other off. You know, it's what it's like in a room full of women. You walk into a room, go to the toilet, and they go, I don't like that. Shh. We don't do that. We generally have a good time. We've had so much fun. We've had a barbecue. We've been out. Now, as we know on this app, there's some nastiness, and there was some phone calls made to the Tudor bar saying there's going to be a big kick-off. Now, what happened there was, in their trolls' heads, they're instigating a fight between Richard and Smiler, like I'm a competition. Well, that never happened, and I sincerely said it never happened. So what happened was Rudy and Mrs. C has caused a lot of crap on this app for a lot of people. You've seen the videos, you've seen the chats that they have. So what you got to do is just let them do it. So there's an Irish woman, and she called up Tudor Bar and said about me. Now, Tudor Bar know me well, and I've got really two nice, very, very good friends there. And they tell her to fuck off. Well, not actually fuck off. They took the advice and said, yep, it's all going to kick off, she said. Oh, it's Richard and Sasha. Lucky enough that owner knows me through somebody else, so they know that when I go there, we generally have a good time. And I've never caused a fight. I don't fight. Billy didn't fight. Cheryl didn't fight. And I know the people up there. We went in their bingo last night. So they took that phone call with a pinch of salt. So you wasted your time. In the Tudor Bar, it's like a family. And once you're in with the family, everybody, like I was fucking about with one of the guys up there yesterday, £115. So we make a laugh because everybody knows what you've said about me, about being a scammer. So I'm like, let's call him Terry. Terry, come here. What? I said, come here a minute. I need to talk to you. He said, what's the matter? And I said, give me your pockets. He went, what? I said, you just fucking 115 quid on the fucking fruit machine. So I'm getting my hands down his pocket. I went, ain't you heard about me? Well, everyone's in stitches. Because People there don't believe a word of what you say. You might get the odd one who don't know me go, yeah, that's Sasha from TikTok. So there wasn't any conflict. There was no rowing. I've known Cheryl for 5 years from that app, and I've met Cheryl every weekend because she makes an effort. And I've met Sonia. Sonia's harmless as fuck. Like, she just sits there in the background and she has a laugh. Obviously, she's a lot quieter than me and Cheryl. So there was, I'm really sorry to report back, but there was no rumpy bumpy. Smiler never got in bed with me. Actually, I'm lying. He did get in bed with me because they all bundled me on Saturday morning. So, but there are some lovely people on here. You've just got to keep away from the negativity. And everybody saw the video about how Rudy and Mrs. C were discussing my sex life and how many fingers I can take. It's quite sad that, you know, you think that I would jump in bed with a man I don't really know. I don't know Smiler's background. And I'm not saying that because it's Smiler, but I generally do search my men out first before I date them. And he sent me a message this morning saying, thank you for an amazing weekend. You know, it was absolutely fantastic. And I want to thank you for watching us and supporting us and let us have a good time. Maxine running over to her decking, Smiler doing the moonie. It's just all shits and giggles. It's fun. And that's all we're here to do. And we, you know, you love watching us. And we get like millions. We get massive messages saying thank you. You lot are so funny. I've enjoyed my weekend watching you. And there are some genuine people on here. But there are also some sad, horrible, nasty people who don't like people to have fun. And people say to me, don't retaliate. I never retaliate. Look at my videos. You'll never... Sometimes I might take the piss. And I might say, yeah, me and Bill get it on. Like yesterday when we were standing there and I had my hands on Bill's shoulder. Oh, look, here we go. No. So there was some phone calls exchanged to Rudy because Rudy is a big man and threatens people. So Richard and Smiler weren't fucking about. So Richard did come over. Come over, and we was talking about what had happened because Rudy had accused Smiler of saying this, that and the other, and then Richard da-da-da. So what they're trying to do is getting Smiler and Richard to go like that. But as you know, I know, put aside me and Richard having our conflicts, but Richard came over generally, but we'd spoken on the phone all between, and I said, yeah, come over. So they both stood in the kitchen. There was no standoff, there was no pumping out chest, and there was no wah. And then Richard walked in, what, mate? Shook each other hand, and we discussed what had gone on, and because Rudy blamed Smiler for phoning him, and he never. So, you know, it's drama. So Richard and genuinely shook each other's hand and went, nice to meet you, mate. Obviously, Smiler knows about Richard, but there was no standoff because Smiler's trying to get with me, or it generally is friends, and I mean that. But we just want to say we had a really good weekend, and there was no hanky-panky, there was no snugging, there was no groping. I know you would love to have really seen it happen, just to give you a little bit more content, but it didn't. And Smiler just sent me a message saying, you are an amazing woman. You know, I do look after them when they're here. All the beds were made. You know, Sonia makes the tea. We got our little patterns and we look after each other. And, you know, we went out for breakfast. We went to Tudor Bar. We didn't get over the clubhouse. But, you know, please just stay positive. People go, oh, I don't know how you go through this, Sash. I go through it because what they say is not true. Of course I can be a little fucker. But I am a genuinely nice person. I don't know why I keep saying generally, but I am. And I'm kind and I'm caring. And I have emotions. And I have a fucking good time. And that's all we're going to do here. And yeah, do I bite? Of course I do. But you lot, my lot, your lot are amazing. And thank you for a nice weekend.